Okay, now we should be good. Sorry about that, guys. Paul here to answer all your questions about eBay dropshipping. Thanks for the feedback on the audio. Realize I had it off. Appreciate it. Okay, now we should be good. Sorry about that. This is not a replay. This is live, guys. We're good to go now. All right, Rodrigo says he can hear me. All Things Geek. Love that name, 77. Why the number 77? Is that 1977, like Star Wars? Or is that the year you were born? It's curious. Everyone say hi to Chad. Welcome by.
Hey.
Don Conception says, I guess not. Nope, this is live for you guys. Here to answer all your questions. Taku says, I need a stealth account. That's something I don't, oh, what's on my hat here? Something I don't know about, honestly, stealth accounts. Something I've briefly looked into. It's not something I ever needed, luckily. So unfortunately, it's not what I need. Hi from San Francisco. Been there a couple times. Great city. Had a lot of fun there. Yvonne's here. Teresa, it's good to hear from you again. Welcome back. Glenn says hi, Chad. Aaron says hi, Chad. Patricia Nolan Brown, welcome. Good to see you again. Houston in the house. Another great place. I've been there once, a number of years ago. It's a great, really hot city when I went. All right. Hi from Pittsburgh. I've never been to Pittsburgh. Obviously been to Philadelphia. Pittsburgh is a bit far for us. Mark's here. Mark says one of the best drop shippers alive. Appreciate that, Mark. Hi from a fellow New Yorker, William Burt. Welcome, William, our neighbor over here. All right, everyone's saying hi. Nobody's asking any questions. I'm ready for some questions for you guys. Hello from Seattle. Hi from Illinois. Wilson's here from Ohio. West Virginia. Glenn's here from West Virginia. Welcome back, Glenn. Good to see you. Okay, I have some questions from the week that people were asking about. So I'm going to get to those. And I have the feed up on my phone. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them live, and I'll try to keep up. How long does it take to get a reseller license? It really depends on the state. A lot of the process you can do online. You can get an EIN online instantaneously, and then you can apply in most of the time you can apply in your state's website. I imagine it's the same for every state. And then you might have to wait a little while to actually get your, what's it called, number for the state. How do I handle Home Depot returns? Sea Monkeys is asking. Super simple. I just go onto homedepot.com, enter the chat, and tell the representative I want to return this item, it's broken or whatever, and they're going to send me a return label, or better yet, they have UPS come and actually pick up the item. Makes the customer happy because now the customer doesn't have to go to a UPS store and drop off the package. UPS is actually going to come to them and pick it up. It's kind of saving a step. Brian says, how is DSM tool working for you? A lot of people are bailing on it. DSM tool has actually been working really well for me. I know a lot of people have problems with it. The problems that I'm currently having are pretty minor. It's just a couple little things with the descriptions, but not on every product. I'm not seeing a lot of the problems that some people are talking about, so I'm going to continue to use it. I still think it's really great. It's one of the best. I love their kind of like semi-auto ordering system that they have for Amazon, and just the way it keeps track of everything. I think it's one of the cleanest interfaces out there for a lister and repricer, which is why I'm holding on to it and still continuing to use it. Not to mention the fact that's one of the most affordable out there. Okay, let's see. What do you do if a customer asks to buy 10 of the same item and asks for a discount? So yeah, I do give people discounts on those if I can afford it. Obviously, at some point, you're not actually making money. They don't really understand that your margins might be lower, so you might not be able to actually give them a discount. But yeah, if you can knock off a couple dollars off the whole order and still make a lot more money because you got that sale, then it's totally worth it if you can afford it. I'd rather get the sale and not get as much because they're getting a discount than to not get the sale at all. Uh, so Glenn wants to know, on Home Depot, if you do not have multiple orders to place, how do you build in charges for items that are under $45? So I think what Glenn is asking here is, he's selling some items from Home Depot. They're actually selling on eBay, but he's only getting a couple a day. So when he goes to check out on Home Depot, he's not getting the free shipping. So there's multiple ways you could deal with this. One, you could charge the customer shipping. You could build it into the price of the item, but then you're not going to be too competitive because now the item is higher than a lot of other people on eBay. Um, so that might not really work, but you could certainly get sales that way. That still does work. The other option is you could just wait a couple of days till your orders build up, till they're over $45, then place the order because then you'll have the free shipping. Another thing that does work is if you have two orders that are close together in time, you could chat with Home Depot and say, I placed these orders. I couldn't place both of them into my cart for some reason. There was some sort of error. So I had to place them separately. And that's why I didn't qualify for the free shipping. And if you find the right representative, they will waive the shipping charges for you. And lastly, let's say you're kind of close. Let's say you have $40 in your cart. One option is that you can buy something for yourself and ship it to yourself. You can always return it later, but that's just to get you over that $45 and qualify for the free shipping. Returns. What is the main reason for the returns? That really depends on which source you are using. If you have a good source, then the main reason for a return would be buyer's remorse. Like for Home Depot, 95% of my returns are buyer's remorse. Same thing with Walmart. When I was using a ton of items from Lowe's, I tried a lot with them last year. I'd say more than 70% of the returns I had were for Lowe's, and most of the returns were because they received the wrong item or they received a damaged item. So that really, like I said, depends on the source. So Rodrigo says, what do I think about eBay trying to start something like a buy box? I think it's a terrible idea. It's really eBay's attempt to copy Amazon. And I've said this before, but Amazon and eBay are two separate platforms. They do two different things very well. Amazon does what it does very well. People come to eBay because they're looking for something special. They're looking for like a special deal. So they want to look through all the listings. They think if they find the right one, they're going to get a deal. So that's why people come to eBay. And if eBay gets rid of that, they're going to look exactly like Amazon. So why would anyone ever come to eBay when they could just go to Amazon? Use it photos. Okay, let's go to some questions I had from the week. Maybe they'll help you out. Okay, I made a video the other day about cash back, and two guys, one thrift asked, how do you account for this cash back in your accounting? Do you record this as a miscellaneous income? It seems as though it would be an accounting nightmare to figure this into a cost of goods sold chart on the books. You have to figure out how much cash back was earned on each purchase and transaction made from each supplier. So yeah, so what I do for my bookkeeping is you're not actually paid the cash back right away. So you're paid the cash back in lumps. So it takes about 3 months to pay out, and then they'll pay you out once a week. So like, for instance, this week I got $1,000 from Giving Assistant. They send it to my PayPal. So on my accounting, I'm going to put, I got $1,000 from Giving Assistant, and that's cash back. I put a separate category for cash back, and my accountant does whatever he wants to do with that. I know that he includes it as income, but for my own purposes, I like to see it separate, that I receive cash back right there. So that's how I do it. You don't have to keep track of every single order and how much cash back you received on every single order. And another thing, I don't count cash back until I actually receive it. I try to used to calculate how much cash back I received each month and put that into my income report, but it's just too unknown, too confusing, because you could always lose that cash back if the item is returned, or you can miscalculate it. This way, if I only count how much cash back I actually received, that's like a definitive number. I definitely received $1,000 this week from Giving Assistant, so I know that's definitely how much cash back I received this week, and that's what I put into my bookkeeping. So Rat Dadi says, isn't the key to success with your method a massive amount of eBay listings with good titles? No, it's not. I don't have a lot of listings actually. I just pick good items and give them good titles. People say that the more listings you have, the more money you're going to make. That's one method, and that does work for some people. It's really great. I choose to keep my listings low, have good items with good titles, and that's how I make my money. No, I do not plan on getting a stealth account. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, if you dropship from Walmart, how do you deal with cancellations and how to get the tax exempt if you are an overseas dropshipper? So you can, if an order gets canceled, it's usually because Walmart is flagging the order thinking that's fraudulent. So the ways I deal with this is I either pay with PayPal or I pay with a gift card, and that always works for me. I've talked to some of my students in my course who are saying that even those don't work. Not a lot of students, I think it's only been one or two. And so what they've done is they've called Walmart, and I know for at least one of them, that has taken care of things. They kind of got their account unblocked, and then it worked. For overseas drop shippers, for tax exemption, there are ways that you can set up an LLC inside the United States as an international person. But that's something that's out, like I can't explain that all right here. But there is a way to do that. And then you can use your EIN as your person. Sorry, you can use your LLC as a person within the United States. And then it's a little complicated, but yes, it is possible. So you have tax exempt. Amir asks, yes. Patricia Nolan Brown says, do I mark an item as shipped or wait for the tracking number first? I always wait for the tracking number. And that's because I don't actually do this manually. I have TrackerBot automatically upload the tracking number to eBay for me. And if you want to check out TrackerBot, the link is in the description. Basically what it does is it links your Gmail account with your eBay account. So anytime you get an email, for some reason it does have to be Gmail, I'm not sure why, but anytime you get an email that has your tracking number in it for like any order, it will pull that tracking number and find the proper order on eBay and upload it. It's not perfect. I've tried a couple of these. None of them are perfect, but it does a good enough job. It does a really good job. It gets most of them, and it's mostly accurate. Yeah, Finn Stir says, has anyone noticed that the multi-jurisdiction form only has 38 states on it? Yes, and that's because some states don't have sales tax, so they're not going to be included on it. And some states don't accept out-of-state resale certificates, so they're not going to be on it. And some states don't accept the multi-jurisdiction form. So there's only 38 states on it. There's a lot of fine print after the first main page that you want to read that all to make sure that you qualify for each state's rules. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about a multi-jurisdiction form for tax exemption. And this is something that you can give your supplier saying, hey, I don't have to pay sales tax in all these different states for these reasons. And it's usually because I have no nexus with most of these states, or I have a tax exempt, or rather I have a tax ID number in this one state. Rodrigo says, is DSM tool user-friendly for VAs? Yes, absolutely. It's super easy to use. If you're dealing a lot with Amazon, they have a really great semi-auto ordering system. If you want to check out DSM tool, the link is in the description of my video. It's my favorite lister. I said this before, but I want to go over it again because a lot of people are saying, oh, DSM tool has been having all these problems. And yeah, I've noticed some of the problems myself. I haven't noticed all the problems people are complaining about, but DSM tool, I've been assured, has been working on it, and I've seen most of the problems go away. The one thing I want to say though is that I've tried several listers and they all have problems. None of them are perfect because they're pulling API information from eBay and from these different websites like Walmart, Home Depot, Amazon, and they can only go based on what they pull through that API. And sometimes that information is inaccurate and there's nothing they can do about it. So I still feel like because DSM's interface is so user friendly, because they're so affordable, and because they give 50 free listings, which is huge for new sellers, I still feel like they're my favorite, especially for new sellers. It's the one I always recommend. Um, and I just think it's a phenomenal tool that works really well. I'm going to skip forward. I missed a few questions, but they're just coming in quickly. So keep asking them. I'll try to get as many of these questions in as I can for you guys. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to check out some of these questions from the week. Answer this one. Reptile enthusiast said before, I just made my first eBay dropshipping sale today. I can't believe it really works. So everyone congratulate Reptile enthusiast for absolutely crushing it and working hard. Rena says, as a beginner, do you recommend I hire a virtual assistant to get started and to populate my store with listings? The VA, which stands for virtual assistant, I chatted with, says he can get me going and I'll be profitable after a few months. Any thoughts on that? Sorry. So, Rena, what I would say to you is that in the beginning, you absolutely do not need a virtual assistant. I think it would be a big waste of money. You want to have your hands in the dirt. You want to be working on every aspect of your business at first, and you're going to have the time to do that because, in the beginning, it does take some time for your business to grow up, to scale up. So you do want to spend as much time learning the business so that when you can hire a virtual assistant later, you can explain to them exactly what you want and you can understand your business, the whole picture of it. Plus, it's just kind of a waste of money to be hiring one now when you have the time to do it yourself. So I always tell people you want to hire a virtual assistant when one, you can afford it, and two, when you get to the point when you are spending so much time on like a routine task like placing orders, like maybe you're spending hours a day placing orders. At that point, you want to start outsourcing that work because you don't want to spend the time doing that. You want to spend the time growing and expanding your store, trying different methods to increase your profit, things like that. That's what you want to be concentrating on. And I am making like a course on how to hire and train virtual assistants. It's not ready yet. I'm in the middle of making it. I've been working on it all week. So if you guys are interested in that course, no commitments at this time, but if you're at all interested in it, there's a link in the description of this video where you can sign up to be on an email list. I'm only going to send you emails letting you know when the course is available. And if I make any new videos about virtual assistants, you're going to get an email saying, hey, I just made this video about virtual assistants. You might want to check it out. It's free. So if you're interested at all, no commitments at this time in that virtual assistant course, check out that link in the description and sign up for that. So that was a great question by Rena. Sam Golfer says, is it legal to use other websites' listings for dropshipping, such as the pictures, title, description, etc.? Generally, yes, it is, because those descriptions and those photos are not owned by Walmart or Home Depot or Amazon. They're actually owned by the manufacturer. The manufacturer is the one who created them and gave them to these companies to use. And they just want to sell their products. So they generally let anyone use them. Now, there's some products, some brands that are very protective over their brand. And if you search for Vero, Vero, these are brands that don't let you use their copy, which are the descriptions or the photos, without their permission. So in those cases, those listings could be taken down by eBay. I've had a few of them taken down. It's not really a big deal. And there's two thoughts on this. One is you avoid as much as possible listing these Vero products because you don't want to get in trouble with eBay. Or two, you just list them anyway. And then once eBay takes it down, it's just taken down. I kind of fall in the middle. If I'm listing an item and then it gets taken down, I'll usually take down all the other items in my store that have the same brand. And then I won't list that item again. That's just what I do. Okay. Jay Lynn says a VA course is a great idea. Yeah, I think it could really help a lot of people. People are getting to the point where they're ready to scale up their store, and without a VA course, I'm sorry, without virtual assistants, that's not really going to be possible. Okay. Let's see some other questions for the week. Patricia Nolan Brown, I know she's here, and she had a great question the other day on one of my videos about cash back. She says, do I recommend using a couple of these websites versus just one? So I'm not 100% clear on your question, but I'll answer it in both ways that it can be interpreted. So if you're asking, should I use both at once, like log into both websites and then use both of them to check out for one order, that doesn't work because it's not registered correctly. It's only going to register under one of them, and you're not going to get cash back under both websites. So that's one way I can interpret your question. The other way is, should I use Giving Assistant one day and then Simply Best Coupon another day? And yeah, I highly recommend that you log in every few days to all these different websites. And I recommended one in that video called Cashback Monitor, which is going to show you different websites that have cashback and how much they're paying out for each website. Check all those out. See which one's paying out the most for the websites that you use, and use that one for the week. Like I've said in that video, my favorites are Giving Assistant. I put a link to that in the description of all my videos. And my other one that I've been using a lot is Simply Best Coupon, which I don't think I have a link to that yet, but just Google Simply Best Coupon. That's another good one. And the other benefit of using Giving Assistant as well as another one is that Giving Assistant will only pay out a maximum of $1,000 a week. So this week I was paid $1,000. I was actually owed more, but it's going to roll over to next week. So if I'm continually getting $1,000 a week going forward, they're always going to keep owing me money. It's going to keep rolling over. So by spreading out, by doing Giving Assistant, maybe 3 days a week and Simply Best Coupon 4 days a week, then it kind of ensures that I'm continually paid out. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers your question. No, Tomer, I do not dropship from AliExpress. I only dropship from retailers like Home Depot, Walmart, Amazon. Okay, do I have a unique first photo? Asks Alice King. This is a great question. So let me just get some water here. So when you make your listing, you can choose which photo you want to make as your main photo. And usually the first photo is what most people default to, and they just leave it. But if you choose one of the other photos, and make sure it's a good photo though, it can really help you stand out and it can differentiate you from the competition. So that's a really good idea if you can do it. And I've been meaning to make a video on this because I don't think most people know this, but if you use DSM Tool actually has a built-in collage maker. So it can make a collage of all the different photos. So let's say you're selling some item and all the pictures show different angles of it. You can make a collage with all the different angles on it. That can be your photo. And that could be really powerful because that's helping you stand out from the competition. So if you guys can't figure out how to do that, I'd be happy to make a video how to do that. Right, real quick, guys, we have over 100 people viewing right now. So thanks everyone who's here, who's shown up. If you're liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's really going to help out. Really appreciate that. And let's go keep going with some more questions though. Yeah, Dr. T says, can you talk a little bit about how many hours per week you invested, your own time, not VA's, into your business in the first 0 to 6 months when you were getting started? So Dr. Teeth, I invested every minute I had. The first 6 months for me were so intense. If I wasn't working on the store, because at some point you're going to list, you run out of room to list. So what can you do until you wait for sales? That's when I go on YouTube, check out videos of what people are doing. That's when I go back. I took a course. It was an outdated course, but I kept going back anyway to try to get as much information out of the course as I could. I talked to other people and just try to learn as much as I could about eBay dropshipping so that I felt prepared when things really took off. Okay. Glenn says the VA course link below does not work. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I just made some weird change to my email thing and it screwed everything up. Um, I'm kind of annoyed by that. But the replay of this video will have the link in it. I'm sorry it's not working. That's really frustrating. Um, let's see if I can quickly figure that out while I answer another question. Okay. Moralzo says, I don't believe it's legal to be tax exempt. No, that's not true. It is legal to be tax exempt. It's legal to be tax exempt. Let me check out this link. Yeah, shoot, it's not working. I'm sorry about that, guys. I will try my best to fix it right after this is over. I hope all the other ones are working. Let me check out this one. I do apologize about that, guys. Okay. William says you can also add, yeah, all my links aren't working, guys. I apologize for that. Everything's really screwed up here. Stack and Profit says thumbs up given, thanks. Okay, so William said you can also add text to your photo to your main, like a free shipping icon. Actually, William, while a lot of people do that, that actually violates eBay's rules. You're not allowed to add text to a photo. Now, if there's text like on the item you're selling, like let's say there's a big model number on the side, that's okay, but you can't actually add text to the photo. Does that mean people don't do it though? No, people still do it, but they're not really supposed to. Okay, let me see if this link works. I'm trying to, it's up for you guys. I do apologize. Okay. Let's see what other questions we have here. What do I do about homeless? Okay. Okay. Somebody else says the VA sign-up's not working. I have the right link. I'm just going to get this for you guys and fix that link. Okay. So my thoughts about drop shipping used items. This is something I've never done. I know Amazon sells used items, but I don't ever sell used or refurbished items. I just think it's a bad idea. People, it's not something I want to sell. I only want to sell new stuff. Okay. Okay, here's the right link. Double check it. Another question here. Okay. So Saad says, if I get a .edu email, can I benefit from Amazon Prime Student? From what I hear, you can do that. You can use a .edu to get like a 6-month free Amazon Prime. But I've never done it because it violates, it's against the rules. I'm willing to pay $100 a year for Amazon Prime. And because I also use it to watch videos, and I buy stuff from Amazon all the time for free for 2-day shipping. And the other thing is that anytime an item is delayed, if it doesn't get to my customer on time, I just call Amazon and complain about it, and they give me a free month of Amazon Prime. So I'm getting I've gotten several months of free Amazon Prime at discount at this time. So guys, I just updated the link to the VA sign up. Check it out. Somebody let me know if it works. I think I did it right. I don't know if I can change it mid live stream, but if it's working now, let me know, and then we'll all be good. Otherwise, I'll just worry about it later. So I had another question this week from Diesel Network. It said, awesome video. Do you have one-on-one coaching available? So I used to do one-on-one coaching last year, and then things got it was Q4, things got super crazy busy. My sales exploded. I ran out of time. So I kept on a couple of students, and then they went their own way because they got busy themselves. Now I've created the course to replace the coaching, but what I've kind of discovered is that coaching and courses are like two very separate things. So while I'm giving a course, that's me teaching you guys. I'm on video teaching you guys what to do, how to grow your store. Coaching is more like an interaction with you guys. It's like helping you through the process. So not everyone needs coaching. Not everyone needs a course. It's different needs for different people. Some people need both. Some people don't need anything. It really depends on the person, their learning style. There's nothing right or wrong about either one of them. So I do want to start coaching again. I've started to coach some people, and I have had a lot of people ask me about it. I kind of mentioned it before. So if you're at all interested in coaching, there's a link in the description of the video where you can sign up for a questionnaire, because I just have so many people ask me about it. I kind of have to have a very like strategic way of seeing everyone who wants to do it, and and how many of you guys I'll be able to help, and how many of you guys I'll be able to help, and which ones I think would be the best fit for my program. So if you're at all interested in the coaching, check out the link. There's a questionnaire asking you some questions about who you are and where you are in your journey. So check that out, fill that out, and I'll look at all of them in a week or so and see who would be a good fit for the like first launch of my relaunch of my coaching program. So Glenn says, are you concerned about Amazon Prime canceling your account because you're using it for drop shipping? No, I'm not. I've drop shipped thousands of items from Amazon. I have buddies who've drop shipped tens of thousands of items from Amazon Prime, never had a problem. I've heard in the past people used to get banned, but I don't know anybody that this happened to. And everyone I speak to now never has a problem with it. Jay Lynn says, thank you, Paul. Hit the like button. Appreciate that. If you guys are liking it, please give it a like. Okay, Zabir put his phone number in the description. Do I rename so Tomer says, do I rename my photos, the names of the photos? So I don't do this. This is something that people used to do to optimize their eBay listings. The thought was, let's say you have a photo of a hammer. You rename the photo hammer, or hammer with, I don't know, a comfortable handle, whatever. The thought was that would help you rank for those keywords. My experience is it doesn't help. I used to do it. I experimented with doing it and not doing it. I just found that it took so much more time to do it that it wasn't worth the time. And I'm doing well, even though I don't rename my photos. Okay. So they say the VA course link is working now. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate you checking it out, letting me know. All Things Geek says, I bought the course, made some good profits so far. Awesome. Glad to hear that. All Things Geek 77. Stack and Profit said, maybe it was just a rumor about Amazon closing accounts for high volume purchases to other drop shippers. I think it could be a rumor, or it could be people trying to scare away the competition. You never really know. So somebody had a great question for me in my private Facebook mastermind group. That's for students in the course. They asked, how am I selling so much and being able to pay for it all with my credit card? Like, what are my credit card limits? So this has been a constant struggle, trying to get enough credit to, buy all these items. And you certainly do not have to use a credit card with this business. You can pay with a debit card. You get the money in PayPal and either use the PayPal debit card or transfer it to your bank account and then use your personal debit card. The benefit of using a credit card is that you get the cash back, 2% back, 1.5% back. That adds up a lot over time. So it took a while for me to build up my credit. One of my credit cards now just got bumped up to $25,000. The other one has 10, and I have another one with 10 that I kind of forgot about because that's my Amazon one. So that's a total of $45,000, and I pay these off every day or every other day. And that way I'm constantly bringing the balance down to zero so I can use them on a daily basis. So Rodrigo asks if I use 1-day shipping on Amazon. No, I don't. I always stick to at least 2 days. I don't think it's necessary for the customer to get it in 1 day. And also, I don't like using 1 day because from personal experience, Living here in New York, I can get same day or 1 day deliveries, and I've always found problems with them. They always ship with like a service called Laser Ship, which is just terrible. They come at like 9 p.m. at night, or they don't come at all, and then it's like missing for 3 days. So I prefer if they try to ship it with UPS or FedEx. I just find that it works better. And a lot of times, if you do the 1 day too, in my experience, it's more often that I'll get Amazon Logistics shipping it. So I prefer the 2 day. So Teresa says, I found a new store I really love, but I don't know if they allow drop shipping. So what should I do to find out if they do? Great question. So what I always do is I first buy an item from the store and have it shipped to me. Then when I get it, I look at the box and say, does it have a logo on it? I open it up. Is there an invoice inside? If there's an invoice, is there a price on it? None of these are deal breakers. So just because it has a logo on the box or an invoice does not mean I'm not going to drop ship from them. It's just something I want to be aware of. Home Depot, for instance, a lot of their boxes have the Home Depot logo on it. Inside is an invoice from Home Depot, although the price is not included. I don't have a problem with this because I figure people just think, I have a Home Depot box and that's what I'm shipping the item in. Lots of people have Home Depot boxes. It's like a very common place to buy boxes. So that's what I would do first. See how the experience is like. See how long it takes to get the item, and then return the item. See what the return experience is like. Then you want to go through their terms of service and see if they allow reselling or drop shipping. They might say we have discretion to ban you. Again, take this with a grain of salt because most companies will say they don't allow it or say they could ban you for doing it, but they'll still let you do it anyway. So then what you want to do is slowly start using them. You'll get a couple sales, a couple more, a few more, build up, build slowly. Don't go too aggressive at first. I've made this mistake. I did this with Bed Bath & Beyond. I saw like, wow, a lot of people are drop shipping from Bed Bath & Beyond. I started it. I'm like, wow, this is working. People are buying these items. Let me list everything. I listed like hundreds of items, and then I got banned, and I was kind of stuck with all these orders I had to cancel. So start slowly is what I would say. Okay. So All Things Geek says PayPal debit card gives you 1%, and I love it. I agree. It's great. The only problem with it is that you're limited to 30 transactions in a day, and that could be a limit. I mean, that could be a hindrance after a while. So just be aware that you're limited to only 30, I think it's 30 transactions in a day. Okay. So Dr. T says, how about nowadays? Hours per day you put in when you're not on vacation. How many combined hours are VAs doing per week? So on a day-to-day basis, for the actual running of the store, I spend about 15 minutes on my store. But I usually spend a couple of hours every few days, like experimenting. Like I'm trying something. This morning, I was doing something like an experiment with my store or one of my stores. I'm going to try that for a few weeks, see how it goes. And then if it works out, I'll tell you guys about it. If it doesn't work out, I won't even mention it because it's not worth mentioning. So I'm constantly trying things like that, trying new sources. That's where I spend my time. Do I have to do that? No, but I enjoy doing that. And how many hours my VAs spend, I'm not quite sure. I spend about $700 to $800 a week on virtual assistants. Probably on average, I pay some of them $2 an hour, some of them $4.50. I bet it's like $3 an hour on average. So whatever that math is, that's how many hours a week they spend on the store. So Patricia says, does TrackerBot upload the tracking number through eBay or direct to the customer email? Either way, isn't the source revealed. So TrackerBot will take the tracking number from your email and upload just the tracking number to eBay with whatever shipping service, so UPS or FedEx. And that's all that they're going to see, the customer. They're not going to see that it came from Walmart or Home Depot or anything like that. So no, they're only going to see the number, the tracking number. It's not like a picture. So lots of people are dropping their phone numbers into the comments. This is a new one. I've never seen this one before. All right, let me see if I could. Yeah, Mark says TrackerBot is pretty good, reasonably priced too. That's another reason I like them. It's a very fair price. I feel like it saves me a ton of money on virtual assistants because it does automate that whole process. Let's see some other questions I got from the week. And I have a question for you guys. How's everyone been doing? I know it's been pretty cold here in New York. Not really enjoying the coldness here. Kind of miss being in Florida where it's super nice and warm. So I want to see how you guys are doing. If the temperature is good where you guys are. That's what I'm more curious about. What the temperature is where all you guys are. When ordering from Home Depot, have you ever had orders where they combine addresses? I'm not exactly sure where you're asking, PFC Wills. Welcome back, by the way, PFC Wills. But maybe you can clarify your question a little bit. 266 VA hours a week. That can't be right. I'm going to have to look and figure out 266 VA hours a week. I must be, my numbers must be off there. But I know I'm paying my VAs like $800 a week. Something's not right. Thanks for doing the math on that. Who did the math? I just lost your lost it. But whoever did, oh yeah, Dr. Teeth did the math for me. I'm gonna have to look at how much I'm paying my VAs and see what's up with that. Maybe it's the one who I'm charging who's paying me more, or I'm paying for more. Okay, Thomas says cold as balls where he is. Yvonne says 79 in Arizona. That's great. Steve says warm. I'll take warm over cold. Delaware is pretty cold. 70 in LA. 30 and snowing in Iowa. It's supposed to snow really bad here in a couple of days. Rena said it's colder than balls where she is. Jay Lynn says 73 in Long Beach. Oh, this is great, guys. So jealous. Cold rain in Virginia, according to Kimberly. Okay, DC Main says, when a customer returns an item, what about the eBay listing fee? Do you lose out on that money? So are you talking about the listing fee or the final value fee? So the final value fee will be returned to you. Freezing in Florida? That's really sad news, Alice. I expected it to always be warm down there. Sea Monkeys 321 says, virtual assistants, brilliant. Organize, deputize, and supervise. I like that. I think there might be a joke in there that I'm missing, an inside joke. Negative 25 degrees Celsius in northern Ontario. It's cold here for South Florida, according to Carolina. Sorry, according to, yeah, Carolina. Okay, let's get some more questions. Mark says, asked, does DSM tool monitor price changes like SKU grid and change accordingly? Yeah, absolutely. Josh asked, or Josh said, the Titans course is legit, folks. Paul's the real deal. I appreciate that, Josh Allen. I really love that shout out. And yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned the coaching. If anyone's interested in coaching, make sure to fill out that questionnaire in the link of this video or in the description of this video. And if anyone's interested in the VA course, no commitments now, sign up for the email list for the VA course. It's now working. So Sam's asked a great question. If you have so many sales on eBay and made a huge profit, why do you still have a 9-to-5 normal job out of interest? And that is a good question. That is a good question, Sam. I'm not going to answer that today, but just keep watching, subscribe to the channel, and I promise you, you're going to get the answer in a few weeks. So subscribe to the channel. Okay, so Autumn did the math. Autumn West brought the math even further, said 9 VAs, 30 hours each per VA. That makes sense. So that adds up really quickly, right? 9 times 3 is 27. So yeah, that makes sense. That's where all those hours are coming from. I have 9 VAs. A lot of them are working more than 30 hours a week. Some are working 40. So yeah, that's where those numbers come from. So, okay, haha, James. Rena B says, love the course. Thank you, Rena. Freezing and 100-mile-per-hour winds. Oh, that sounds terrible, Adam. Glenn says, Paul is a great course. Well worth the money. Thank you, Glenn. Okay, enough of that. So, okay. Mark says, I'm guessing he likes what he does. Yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit about it. I do like what I do. I spent 4 years at college, 3 years in law school, and several years to get the job I have now, really the career I have now as an attorney. So it took a lot of hard work to get here. So it's hard to give something like that up or just to say, I'm not going to do it anymore. When I worked so hard to get here, I like being a lawyer. I like the law. I know it sounds like a snooze fest to most people, but yeah. So that's part of the reason. It's just because I like what I do, and it was a lot of work to get here. I mean, it's not something you just say like, oh, one. It's not like I'm working at a job that I hate and that I didn't go to school for, and that I could just get very easily again. It's like something I've worked really hard to get here. So for me, it's something I'm still enjoying. Okay. So Patricia says, is coaching an hourly rate? Yes, it will be, but there will be packages available. And I'm going to really, well, I shouldn't say that, Patricia. That's a great question. Patricia Nolan Brown, I think, is getting the award today for the best questions. She's asking very pointed, very good questions. Patricia, the coaching, I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it yet. In the past, it was always hourly, but I'm going to see everyone's feedback, everyone who's filled out the questionnaire, see what people need and see what would work best for everyone. So that's why I'm asking people to fill out the questionnaire so I can see what people need before I decide if it's going to be an hourly rate or like a more like a package deal. So all things geek. Thanks for the support on the course. Says lots of folks who dropship have already taken the course and still say they learned stuff. PFC Will says smash the like button. Yeah, if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Sometimes after pressing order, Home Depot will combine two addresses together. Then you have to contact to cancel it, or it will change one of the items to the billing address. Yeah, PFC Wills makes a great point about Home Depot and how wonky their website is. So this is what happens. This is what I've discovered, that if I have a billing address on the order, it sometimes will send all the items to that billing address. But there's a very easy way around this, and that's to do guest checkout. This is why I always do guest checkout, because that doesn't happen. The other thing that I do is when I ship to multiple addresses, the first address that I enter is always going to be an address without a second line. So maybe you live at 123 52nd Street, apartment 6. Make sure that that shipping address is not the first one you enter, or else there's a chance that every item on the order will have the correct first line. So maybe somebody's going to Maple Street, somebody's going to like Washington Street, but they'll all have the same apartment 6 under it. Doesn't always happen, but it did happen enough for me that I learned to always make the first address a single line address. Hope that makes sense. Renato Jimenez says, did you ever lower your prices to match almost a break-even point when you started? What are the benefits of this in regards to eBay algorithms? Do they expose your listings more? Yes, I did do this in the beginning. I lowered my prices low just to generate sales, just to get things going. Benefits of this: one, cheaper items, more people are going to buy it. Cheaper items, eBay is going to rank them better. More sales mean that you can get a higher listing limit. More sales mean better feedback, and more sales, I've just found, makes eBay happy. They are going to. I've just found that the more sales I get, the more sales I get. It's like exponentially grows, even if I end up raising the prices. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So lots of questions. I'm gonna have to skip a bunch of these. Kim says, I love your videos. Thank you, Kim. Okay. Can you use a personal PayPal instead of a business PayPal? Yes, you can. You're allowed to have both a business PayPal and a personal PayPal. You're allowed to do that. You can't have multiple business PayPals, though. Okay. Are you set up? So Barbara says, are you set up as an LLC or S Corp? So I'm set up as an LLC. I don't have an opinion on setting which one to set up for tax purposes. I'm not a tax attorney. I'm actually tax dumb, but I set up an LLC for protection to protect myself. Teresa says cashback cards, question mark. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there. So Brian says, should someone who also does thrift reselling use one store or get a second eBay account if they're doing drop shipping? And I think that if you're starting out, you can absolutely use the same store because this is actually going to give you a huge advantage. You're going to have a higher listing limit and you're going to have great feedback. However, if you want to kind of protect one of your stores, there's nothing wrong with setting up a second store. Set up the second store using the same information, your name, the same address, the same phone number, then call eBay. And this is a great thing. You call eBay and you tell them, hey, I've been selling under this one store for a while and it's doing really well and I have a high listing limit. I'm starting a second product line and I want to sell under this new store. Can you just increase the limit of that second store for me? And they'll do it. And I've done this. I have 4 stores now. 2 main stores, one that I just use for videos so that you guys don't see what stores I have, and one that I use as experimenting. So those are my 4 stores. And every time I've started a new store, I've called them and they've increased my limit. So Jacob is quoting Smash Mouth here. I'm not going to sing for you guys, but it is a good song. I like that song, Jacob. Letitia, thanks for watching. Says, I always learn something new. Okay, how much money did you start with to cover orders while in PayPal jail? I think I only had a few $100s. That's the benefit of doing this while you're still working. And I highly suggest that nobody quit their job right away to just jump right into this. Save up just a little bit of money so you can cover yourself while you're in PayPal jail. Or if you have a credit card, you can use that. But be careful with that. I don't want anyone getting in trouble saying, oh, Paul told me to use a credit card and now I'm in credit card debt. Don't do that. Be smart about it. But you have a few $100s. That's going to cover your orders until you're ready to, until you get out of PayPal jail. Oh my gosh, guys, it's 8:55 already. So we're going to be wrapping it up soon. But make sure you guys, if you guys have any last questions, make sure to leave them so I can answer them for you. I'll try to get in as many as I can. Wow, Mike took the course 20 days ago, is already at $1,800 in sales. So congratulations, Mike. That is awesome to hear. He says the course has so many golden nuggets. I love that. Dr. Teeth says, no, I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to sing for you this time. Maybe another time. But that's a great song. I love that song by Smash Mouth. I think it's Smash Mouth, right? So Anthony says, my thoughts on dropshipping locally, meaning you post item on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and then purchase the item the day you are planning to meet the person to exchange. That I've never tried that. If you try it, let me know how that works. That'd be really interesting to see. My only concern with that is, what if you buy it and then they decide that they don't want it when they see it in person? I guess you would have to return it at that point. Not what I've ever done, but let me know if that works. That's a really cool idea. So Steve in Dallas, I've been talking to DSM Tool. They say they're aware of all the issues and they've been working on it. Personally, I've seen that most of them have been working out fine. Andres, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Martinez. Do I pay taxes quarterly? I pay sales tax quarterly, yes. I collect sales tax on behalf of New York State and remit it each quarter. I just did that a couple of days ago. Okay. Reptile enthusiast says people get killed off Craigslist. No way. Yeah, maybe just in like New York City. What gift card websites you suggest to buy from as an international seller? So as an international seller, I only know of one, and I apologize that I don't know the website offhand. It's a new one, and it's a little bit complicated. I haven't played with it yet, so I can't give it like a fair review. But what you have to do is you go in and you actually have to buy cryptocurrency. You have to pay for them with cryptocurrency, and it's this whole like elaborate system they've created. And I'm not going to get into all of it because I don't. Everything I've heard about is rumors. So I mean, I've seen the website; it does exist, but I haven't tried it. But the reason why it exists, there's all these rumors about, you know, people who sell marijuana legally out in California and how they can't put it in bank accounts, so they buy these gift cards. I don't know if all of it's true. So I don't want to give you guys like false information about it. But I will put the link to that website. No, I can't put the link to it because I haven't used it. I don't know, but there are websites out there that do work for international people. If I use it and like it, no, I will try it, and I'll let you guys know what I think of it. How about that? So Sam keeps asking me, what are my long-term goals? Stick around, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be making a video about this in a few weeks. So I'll make like a proper long-term video explaining it all. Yeah, Saad says it is bizarre. Bazaar. Yeah, some sort of website called that. I haven't really tried it yet though. So Jalen says, I work so hard to get top rated, so I'm bummed to lose it. But business is business and is thriving. That is what counts. And I completely agree. You know, when I first started this business, I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted to have 100% feedback. I wanted to be top rated. I wanted to get all my items shipped out. I never wanted to have items that weren't shipped out, et cetera, et cetera. Everything perfect. And when in the beginning, you can do that. And you should try to do that as much as possible in order to get good metrics with eBay, in order to make customers happy, in order for your store to grow. But there's going to come to a point where you just can't do that anymore. I have a lot of orders that I never uploaded tracking numbers for. Those are the ones that TrackerBot doesn't catch. I used to have VAs go in and try to figure it all out. I don't bother anymore. It's just impossible to keep up with all of it. And with everything, you just can't keep up. It's really, at the end of the day, it's about making money. So we're making money. I'm trying to make my customers as happy as I can, but there's only so much that we can do when you're a drop shipper. Okay. So Patricia says, thanks for answering all my questions. Let me know if there's anything I could do for you. Just hit the like button. That's all I need you to do, and to show up for more of these videos, because you're asking great questions, Patricia. Everyone else, same thing. If you're wondering what you can do for me, give me a thumbs up, like the video, and just come back next time and watch, because I really appreciate it. I learn a lot from you guys as well. Okay. Running out of time, but I want to try to squeeze in a couple more questions. Yeah, Glenn, thanks for letting us know the name of the website. It's Card Bazaar, Bazaar, I think. And Jack Pittman does have a video about it. Like I said, I can't recommend it because I never tried it, but check out Jack's video, Jack Pittman. He explains a little bit about it. So Irma says she tried Card Bazaar twice. So far, so good. City card, 10% cash back, 14 months, 0%, 10% cash back. I can't imagine that's true for a cash back card. That's awfully high. The highest I can get is 2%. All right, guys, I think we're done with the questions. I'll hang out for a few minutes. see what you guys are saying in the comments. But if you're just here for the questions, I think we're going to wrap it up here. If you guys like the video, again, give it a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss this Q&A next time, maybe you're watching this on a replay, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit the little bell. It's going to give you a notification on your phone as soon as I go live so that you guys don't miss it. Otherwise, you can put an alert in your calendar every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's -6 GMT. I'm here on this channel answering your questions from the week, answering your questions in live time. And I'm just here to hang out with you guys. So make sure that you do that if you don't want to miss out on anything. Like I said, lots of great resources in the description of the video. If you guys want to be the first to hear about when the virtual assistant course is ready, make sure to sign up for that in the description. No commitments at this time. It's only if you're at all interested in the virtual assistant course. Also, if you're interested in coaching, make sure to fill out the questionnaire in the description of my video. There's a link to a questionnaire. That way I can get a good idea of what it is that people are looking for, what my availability is, and how many people, what the demand is, that sort of thing, and how I can better make a great program, great coaching program for you guys. And of course, if you guys are interested in the course, which takes you step by step how to create, run, and scale an eBay dropshipping store. Lots of my students are in the comments, leaving great feedback about it. So thanks all you guys for showing up. Make sure to check out that course in the link in the description of my video. That's all I have for you guys. But like I said, I want to see what you guys are saying in the comments. Oak Island coming on. I've never seen that show. I'm a big TV person, trying to cut back a little bit, but I've never heard of Oak Island. It's one I'm going to have to check out. I've been watching a lot of stuff on Netflix because it's kind of like you can watch it whenever you want. What was the last show I watched? I've been watching Altered Carbon on Netflix. That's pretty good. And what was the other one I just watched? No, I can't remember. Steve says food time. Yeah, I don't blame you. Guy Wilson says, are you planning to give away any discounts on your courses? I'm always having giveaways. I'm always having some sort of a launch promotion price. So if you don't want to miss out on those, the best thing you could do is to sign up for my newsletter, either in the link of this, I keep saying that, in the description of this video, there's a link to get a free scripts for customer service. Sign up to that. You'll not only get the scripts, you'll be on my email list. And I often have contests through the email list. And I also give something away sometimes to subscribers. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. And thanks again to everyone who subscribed. The channel is really growing, so I really appreciate that. My pleasure, everyone. My pleasure. Ego says, what are the pros and cons of starting an eBay store? Pros, you're going to make money. Cons, it might change your life and it might bring you to weird directions you never thought. I never thought I'd be on YouTube talking to 100 people live about making money online, but here I am. It's completely changed my life. Orphan Black is fun, Dr. Teeth says. Yeah, I'll have to check that. I've always wanted to check out Orphan Black. It looks pretty cool.